level, $1,900 to $2,000 level. It's clearly served as support when you were in distribution right here in this region, right? For, quite some time, from May of 2020, or sorry, March of 21 all the way to May of 22. So over a year, it served as support, $1,900 to $2,000 for Ethereum. And then when you dip below it, it was resistance. And it was resistance for quite a long time. That's the neckline of our cup and handle pattern. Yeah. So that's been resistance for 500 days. Again, we have a 500-day resistance. Now, what do you do with the major resistance? Once more, first thing that should come to your mind is, if I do break this, I should expect to retest it properly as support. Okay, so what you're looking at, very simply, right, on the high time frame, is a break of this, which is going to be the height of the pattern of the cup and handle that we pointed out, right, superimposed from the side of breakout. So let's just do this properly with the line tool from the bottom. Whoops, try that again. Guys, if you're getting value, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps. All right, so from the bottom here all the way to the neckline, superimposed from the side of breakout, right? That looks like Ethereum in this pattern is targeting $4,200. Okay, very clearly $4,200. That is the target of this breakout. Okay, that's 118% move. Okay, that's very, very simply the target of this cup and handle pattern, and it's also your next major resistance, which was resistance previously for a year as you were making a top for the previous bull run. Okay, so it's quite obvious. Everything points to $4,200 being your all-time high, being your next major resistance for Ethereum. Okay, and where you more likely than not want to take some kind of profits, because it's highly likely that once you hit this, you do retrace. Now, how will you retrace? Will you retrace all the way back down to this $2,000 level, or will you retrace in a more modest sense? I don't know, but you should be prepared for the worst case scenario, which is a retrace all the way back down to this neckline, treating it as support before rocketing up and making all-time highs. Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is November 6th, 2023. And this is going to be a crazy week in the cryptocurrency markets, and we're going to get into why this is. If that sounds interesting to you, then watch until the very end. Congratulations if you're watching this video. Congratulations if you're exposed to the market. Congratulations if you're still paying attention. And if you have been paying attention, if you have cultivated skills throughout the bear market, throughout the down times, now is when you reap your rewards. Now is when all of the difficulty, all of the lessons that you've gained in the down markets, this is when that makes sense, right? That pays off. So I'm very excited to bring you this video. I was going to bring you a live stream yesterday, but things came up. But I hope that this helps. Let's get into it. Let's start off with Bitcoin as usual. Bitcoin is doing what we expected it to do. We're in this range, this likely complex corrective wave 4 range right here. Let's zoom in. Let's draw that a little better. Okay, let's zoom in just a bit. Okay, so you see this chop up into the right diagonal range that we've been in for now. Let's see how long this has been. I'm on the daily chart, so every candlestick is worth a day's worth of trading. My computer's quite slow. Let's see. Let's try that again. Okay, let's see. It's 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since we've been in this up and to the right consolidation. Okay, we've just been chopping up gradually, and like we said, and we've been saying, this is very likely to break up and out to our target of 42,700. Again, that's our tentative target for many reasons. I'm not going to go into that today. Actually, I want to focus on altcoins. It's all about altcoins today. It's all about altcoins this week, and for the coming months, it's actually going to be all about altcoins. Obviously, Bitcoin's always important. Bitcoin is always relevant, but really the gains are to be made in altcoins. Let's just have a quick peek at why I'm saying this, right? As of recording right now, you can see Bitcoin is up 0.1% for the day. However, something like Blur's up 20% for the day. Vela Exchange up 7% for the day. Even Link up 3%, right? Do you see? When altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin consistently, right? Not just a one-off thing. You should be able to see this consistently throughout what we call alt season. That's when it's all about altcoins, and it really makes sense to be exposed, at least in some part, to altcoin positions. Now, enough about Bitcoin. Let's talk about what we really want to talk about, which is what we just said, the altcoins. Why is it alt season? Okay, what is in the charts telling us that we should pay attention to altcoins? Well, as I said in the previous video, we're breaking a 500-day resistance. This triangle right here, what would it be called? I'm terrible with my pattern shape names. But anyway, you can see very clearly there's a triangle, a symmetrical triangle, I think it's called, on this chart, and this upwards resistance is a 500-day resistance. 500 days. 500 days. Again, I'm on the daily time frame. Breaking that should yield massive gains. Now, any pattern analyst will tell you very simply that the target of this breakout is going to be the height of the triangle superimposed from the site of breakout. So again, like I said in the previous video, I'm not going to rehash or reiterate that analysis. Very likely our target is going to be up here at $1 trillion in aggregate for the altcoins. I'm looking at the total 2 chart, which is the whole cryptocurrency market cap minus Bitcoin, which gives us the aggregate chart for all altcoins in cryptocurrency. So again, like I said last time, very cool. We're going to likely get a pump to this $1 trillion mark, but you want to pay attention because given that we've broken 500 days worth of resistance, which is what most would consider a significant level of resistance, right? On this chart, this is a very, very important level of resistance. This level of resistance, an important level of resistance, must be retested after being broken. So what that means in layman's terms is, do expect for us to go up and come right back down. All right, I know it sounds wicked. I know it sounds like, oh no, that was a fake out. No, it's not a fake out. This is a basic principle in technical analysis where any significant level of resistance or support broken needs to be retested before continuation. So don't expect for altcoins after they moon this week, right, in the next 5 to 7 days, going all the way up to $1 trillion to just continue to go. No, you're likely to get a distribution at the $1 trillion mark and then back again, possibly even making a lower low to retest this 500-day symmetrical triangle as support. And then, like I said in last video, the real party starts after that retest. Still, you can make significant profits and should make significant profits if you're paying attention, if you're careful, trading altcoins to this $1 trillion pump. Now, what I want to do in today's video is have a look specifically at some altcoins as to how this will look. But before that, I just want to reiterate the idea that this is alt season, okay? Again, on the daily time frame, we're looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart. Bitcoin dominance, a relative measure of Bitcoin's dominance vis-a-vis other assets in cryptocurrency, right? If it's going up, that means Bitcoin's gaining against other assets in the crypto space. If it's going down, it means the opposite. Other assets in the cryptocurrency space, i.e. altcoins, are gaining against Bitcoin. That only happens consistently in a real crypto bull market. That's what you're seeing now, okay? Look at this. You've had this target, or this pattern rather, chopping up since May of 2021, okay? Again, that is 900 days pretty much. 900 days of side to side to side to side. And it looks like you've made a top here, right? As evidenced by this double top, you know, this chart trying to make a higher high, but it can't. And so you're getting a rejection. You're likely going to put in a swing failure, and this is likely coming down to the next major support, which is this level right here, okay? So this week in crypto, we're likely to come all the way down with Bitcoin dominance down to this level, at this level, probably get a bounce, and then a continuation, okay? So this is what I'm seeing in Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is telling us that it is indeed alt season, but beware, as I said, just because we're going up doesn't mean we can't make a lower low given the breaking of that 500-day resistance in the total 2 chart. We're likely to come back down. So don't get too sloppy with your trades if you're making trades, okay? Do look to take profits now. Financial advice. And I also want to show you why we're getting any kind of traction in the cryptocurrency space at all, right? It's not for, you know, no reason, and it's certainly not because some whale bought a bunch of Bitcoin. It doesn't work like that. The main mover in our markets, as I always say, is the US dollar currency index. The main mover in any risk-on asset, in any sort of risk-on market, is the dollar. Okay, the US dollar moves the stock market, the US dollar moves the crypto market, the US dollar moves Bitcoin. The US dollar is everything. If the US dollar is going up, these risk-on assets are not going to perform. If the US dollar is coming down, that's when you're going to see a move in crypto, in stocks, so on and so forth. So what are we seeing? Again, on the daily time frame, you can see very clearly, as I've been pointing out, we have a very clear zigzag pattern. 5 waves down, 1, 2, 3 waves up. Do expect 5 waves down. Looks like we're just getting started with those 5 waves down. Zooming in on, let's see. Okay, there we go. Zooming in on this perspective distributive pattern right here. Let's actually zoom down onto the 4-hourly time frame. You can see the idea that I keep talking about, the concept of retesting significantly broken resistance or support before continuation. And this is what I'm getting here. So for the past, 35 days, 40 days, something like that? Yeah, 37 days. The US dollar has been chopping in what is likely a distributive channel. Now, this has just broken to the downside, but again, the break right here, and I've shown the support level that has been broken, has to be retested, and that's what you're seeing right here. You're seeing a retest of that support level as resistance, and that continuation to the downside is really going to give us our move to that $1 trillion mark in altcoins, to 42.7 in Bitcoin. So this is why the market's moving. People like to ask, you know, why is this happening, right? I don't know if that's so useful, but we can say with a high degree of probability that US dollar currency index indicator, right? Just looking at the DXY, in opposition to Bitcoin, you have an almost perfect inverse correlation ever since the beginning of Bitcoin's trading. So this is something that's very, very trustworthy. If it's going down, do expect for crypto to go up. Okay, now let's look at some specific altcoins as promised, okay? let's start off with Cardano. Okay, Cardano has been ripping. Okay, look, I'm on the daily time frame, and again, every candlestick is worth a day's worth of trading. So you can see ever since about mid-October, right, you've been getting a slight but gradual and consistent increase, right, on the daily time frame. So pretty much each and every day you're going up and up and up and up. Okay, if you're looking at this on a higher time frame, it looks as if your target, your sensible target, is going to be the top of this range. Okay, either the top of this range or the bottom of this range. Okay, so I'm saying this and not even pointing to anything, excuse me. So this yellow line right here clearly denotes the top of this W pattern. Okay, so I would either target the top of this yellow line, right, which is around 43 cents, or the bottom of this distributive channel right here, which is at about 59 cents. Do you see? We're basically looking at the next major resistances. If I had to guess with a high degree of probability, I would say more likely than not going to hit that 59 cent mark before you reach major resistance. I think you're gonna pop up here and not just stop at the 43 cent level. That's just my sense. Of course, you would have to pay attention if you're in this trade, but those are your likely take profit zones for this move. So as of now, you're still looking at either 22% more to go or 64% more to go. Okay, so that's Cardano. That's what I'm seeing on the ADA chart. Okay, against the US dollar, obviously. Next one I want to look at is Blur. Blur is one of our big movers. Okay, and I got interested in Blur some time ago, is specifically because of its chart and how its chart has formed over time. Right, this came onto the market, big, spike when the coin started trading, and then nothing but a drawdown. That's the kind of chart I like. I know it's counterintuitive. I know a lot of people are like, oh no, I want something that shows strength, blah blah blah. But if it's a decent project, if the fundamentals are sound and the chart shows a rise, a drop, I'm looking for that next rise because I understand that corrective patterns come in flavors of 3. So this is 1, 2. I'm looking for that third leg. So for me, this rings or this looks like an opportunity, right? And so as we were coming down, I also saw simply just a triangle to trade. This is a triangle, right? And this is like trading 101. A lot of traders trade triangles. Now, one thing to say about this triangle, and we just saw one on the total crypto market cap minus Bitcoin, right? The total 2 chart. You always want to look at that retest of resistance as support. Now, one could say that this already happened in the Blur chart over here, okay? But the question is that sufficient? Will you not get a hit at the next major resistance and then do it again? That's possible, okay? That's possible. So you have to be very careful. This is why you want to be very cautious during this next week when you're trading these crypto assets, these altcoins. Do look to take profits because you may be making some lower lows, losing every single last gain that you've made over the past, month or a few weeks. Okay, now target, the high target for this, given that it's a triangle, let's say that the retest of this high time frame resistance has already been tested, and let's just say this high time frame resistance that we broke 236 days, right? This diagonal descending resistance, 236 days worth. If it's already been retested, then we're off to the races. What's the target of a triangle? The target of the triangle is the source, or the top of the triangle, meaning around here, thereabouts. And there's a bit of confluence, because if you take your Fibonacci retracement tool, you get the 0.618 of this here. Okay, so that would mean that if indeed this played out like a regular triangle, where you get a triangle breakout and you target the top of the triangle, your target is 180. If you meet resistance midway, and that resistance is going to take you to do a proper retest, like a really big time retest of this downward sloping resistance as support, then you want to look to take profits around 44 cents. Okay, so that's Blur. Again, do you see? It's not 100% this is going to happen. You have to be very cautious, especially because on the high time frame, in the aggregate, altcoins will retrace, and they will retrace in a nasty way, more likely than not, towards the beginning of next week. Okay, so we did Cardano, we did Blur. Let's do one more. Let's do Ethereum. Okay, can't do too many now. Maybe during a live stream in the near future, I'll be able to take requests and do many more. But let's make this the final one for today. And guys, if you like me giving specific altcoin analyses, and if you want a live stream, just let me know in the comments. Do engage, or else I'm not gonna waste my time with it. I don't charge for any of this stuff. I've been doing this for a while. I could charge for it, but I don't. But if I'm going to do a live stream, nobody shows up, it's a waste of my time, and it's a waste of yours as well. So let me know if you want me to do live streams. Let me know if you want me to do more altcoin analyses. Now, Ethereum, just look at this chart, okay? And what you can see in this chart is, I think, on the daily time frame, it's a simple pattern, okay? And this pattern is your cup and handle pattern, okay? You can see this would be the cup, this would be the handle. This right here, where we're at right now, is your neckline. It is a very important neckline, because it's a neckline that you've held for quite some time. Now, how long have you held this neckline? And for those of you who are unsure as to what I'm referring to, the neckline I'm referring to is this right here. Let's draw it in. It's this right here, okay? This 2019 to $2,000 level, $1,900 to $2,000 level. It's clearly served as support when you were in distribution right here in this region, right? For, quite some time, from May of 2020, or sorry, March of 21, all the way to May of 22. So over a year, it served as support, $1,900 to $2,000 for Ethereum. And then when you dip below it, it was resistance. And it was resistance for quite a long time. That's the neckline of our cup and handle pattern. Yeah. So that's been resistance for 500 days. Again, we have a 500-day resistance. Now, what do you do with the major resistance? Once more, first thing that should come to your mind is, if I do break this, I should expect to retest it properly as support. Okay, so what you're looking at, very simply, right, on the high time frame, is a break of this, which is going to be the height of the pattern of the cup and handle that we pointed out, right, superimposed from the side of breakout. So let's just do this properly with the line tool from the bottom. Whoops, try that again. Guys, if you're getting value, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps. All right, so from the bottom here all the way to the neckline, superimposed from the side of breakout, right? That looks like Ethereum in this pattern is targeting $4,200. Okay, very clearly $4,200. That is the target of this breakout. Okay, that's 118% move. Okay, that's very, very simply the target of this cup and handle pattern, and it's also your next major resistance, which was resistance previously for a year, as you were making a top for the previous bull run. Okay, so it's quite obvious. Everything points to $4,200 being your all-time high, being your next major resistance for Ethereum, okay? And where you more likely than not want to take some kind of profits, because it's highly likely that once you hit this, you do retrace. Now, how will you retrace? Will you retrace all the way back down to this $2,000 level, or will you retrace in a more modest sense? I don't know. But you should be prepared for the worst case scenario, which is a retrace all the way back down to this neckline, treating it as support before rocketing up and making all-time highs in Ethereum. Guys, this is all I have for you today. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Like, share, and subscribe if you got value, and I will see you next time.